Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Practice Graduate Success Show. And as usual, we have an amazing guest here today. But before that, I wanted to say good morning to all the people who are here. Welcome, Greg. Welcome, Larry, Len, Chris, for being here. Terry, thank you so much. Christy, I think you even know who the guest is today. Christy, the Queen of Christy Kelly is here today. I think she knows the guest who our guest host is today. Hello, Rick. How are you? Well, there's no surprises. Every Friday we have Jackson Kelly, who is the co-host of Friday Night Live, and that's coming on tonight. 'Cause today is Friday, so he comes on every Friday night live. I don't miss it. It's a wonderful show. It comes on at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and it's just a great show. They have so many cool things. He'll probably talk about it today, maybe a little bit. We'll see. Hello, Chris. Welcome for coming. Anyways, I'm not going to take any more time. Jackson, thank you so much for coming, J-Man. How are you today, my brother?
I am blessed, and I'm really happy to be here with you and everybody here. Bobby, how are you?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Yeah, amen. We all are blessed and highly favored. Isn't that the truth?
Amen. Amen. Yep. I'm still on a high from yesterday from Priscilla McMillan. Was her last show yesterday. That was, and I posted. I get the best quote ever of all times, and I'll share that a little bit later on today. And then later on today, I just want to mention before you get going, at the end of the show, and even if we go over, I know a lot of people have to go. Some people have to go and listen to the Saturday or the Millionaire Road Show, which I like to do as well. But I'm gonna read. I'm gonna open up a page randomly to Vincent Cole, who's been a host on this show, and he's going to come back again on the 26th. And he sent me this book, The Next Step in Evolution. I'm going to open up a page at random and just read a little bit. He said that some readers have told him that when they've done that, it's made a big difference. It made a big impact, that one page. So I'm going to share it at the very end. So even if you have to leave, that's fine, because it'll still be recorded. But anyways, Jackson, it's your show, baby. Take over.
You said I could leave early?
If you want to leave, you can leave whatever you want.
I was just clarifying. That's what I thought I heard. So, yeah. Hey, well, listen, I wanted to do something a little fun today, because we're talking about gratitude, and so I pretended like I got the 3 a.m. call from Bob last night, and we're just going to look at how great, Bob, you practice the gratitude every day. We see every day, but I also I've been doing practicing gratitude and how gratitude transforms. And I think one of the great ways that you can start embracing gratitude, because it's not just a thing, it's not just a saying, it's an actual way of life that can transform your life and actually attract your goals and dreams magnetically to you. That's what we're going to go over. Lu Tao was a contemporary Chinese Confucius and an ancient Chinese philosopher and writer. And he said, when you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. And when we think in terms of lack, when we start our day, and it starts automatically. It's not something you really have to, you just wait for it and it'll show up, stinking thinking, whatever you want to call it. When your mind is stuck in there, and it naturally will unless you train it otherwise, you start thinking about the bills you got to pay. You start thinking about what you didn't do. You start thinking about stuff that you shouldn't be thinking about. It feels good sort of to think about these negative things, because you feel actually like you're doing something proactive, but really what you're doing is you're ruining your day. You're ruining opportunity. Nobody wants to be around someone with a frown. It's just the way it is. So the way to if a person, you don't have to be Bob Miller and do what Bob does every single day. But if you start a daily gratitude list, not only will it transform your life and propel you into a whole new awesome way of looking at the world, a daily gratitude list and daily gratitude practice can take you from depression, worry, anxiety into a life of rainbow thinking. It transforms your life, your relationships, even your health. If you've never started a gratitude list, I encourage you to listen and challenge yourself to begin a list as soon as possible. And here's what I've learned about starting a gratitude list practice. First of all, and Bob, I think you'll commiserate with this. This is a spiritual practice that gains momentum over time. With practice, gratitude doesn't seem to come easily, not as easy as grumbling does. And you'll likely resist this exercise until you realize its power. Waiting for resistance to pass is futile. So just do it. Bob, what do you think about waiting to start gratitude on a daily basis?
Well, it kind of reminds me of Priscilla McMillan, who was here yesterday, and she said that, it's like waiting to start to do something. It's like waiting for all the lights to turn green before you want to drive downtown. It's not going to happen. The lights are not going to turn green at the same time. You have to step out there and just do it. Do it.
That's right. That's right. Because that's unrealistic. So, I've learned this from experience. And even when you can hardly summon the energy sometimes to shift into gratitude, or even when you have to force yourself to begin, gratitude will still have that magnetic, amazing power to attract others. Even if it's an exercise you can do without feeling, but it won't always be that way. Because even, pure skepticism about what you're doing will attract others to you when you'll just practice gratitude and keep a daily journal, because it keeps your head in check. So start is number 2. First we talked about don't wait, start. Why start? Because if you have to have that question, you need to start ASAP, because practicing gratitude daily and keeping a gratitude journal will change you spiritually, so that instead of looking in, you begin looking out. And that keeps you in what I call the gratitude know, or rainbow thinking. You're not envying what others have. You're not comparing yourself to others, but you're thanking God, your higher power, the universe, for the blessings that you have today, which are all around each one of us, whether we choose to see them or not. So do it. Sit down with a pen and paper and start. Get your little book. I buy these. Christy gets these for me. They're super cheap. And, start a book. And it doesn't have to be, starting is more important than anything else. Sit down with a paper and pen and write, I'm grateful for. Maybe you'll have to sit there for a minute and wait, because you just can't think of anything at the time. You're overwhelmed. That's okay. Just wait, bask and meditate in the moment, and something inside of you will shift. And the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, will bring them to mind, and then write them down in your journal. And remember, as you meditate for gratefulness, the force of the Holy Spirit that you're tapping into is so much larger than you and your problem, no matter how big it is. That tide of fear that may be overwhelming you about life, about your business, or life's issues will soon get into place at your feet. As you begin praising God, your higher power, through gratitude, these worries will seem to slip away, and you become free. And in the know of God's love, something comes over you because God draws near to you because of your grateful heart. And your body will also be relieved of unwanted chemical damage. You guys have heard of cortisone. When you're all wrapped up like that and you start getting these things on you, and depression and stuff, you're getting sick. It's making your body sick. So when you worry, when you're angry, when you're depressed, gratitude will make you live longer. So your gratitude list is a rainbow bridge across the threshold of troubled waters, if you will.
Love that.
A resting place on the other side of fear and doubt. That's what we want to get to. So, Bob, when you started practicing gratitude, how long did it take you to notice positive changes in your life?
Well, pretty much right away. But it's kind of funny what you just said about it. You might be overwhelmed trying to think of who you're grateful or what you're grateful for. And for me, I'm overwhelmed every morning when I think about who I'm grateful for, because it's like, how do I keep the list down to like 10 or 20, like in a manageable state? I swear to God, it's so, right now, when I wake up in the morning, and I do what Wayne Dyer did in the movie The Shift, and first words out of my mouth, whether I wake up at 3:13 like he does, or 2:30, whatever time I wake up in the morning, and I utter the words, thank you, thank you, 3 times. I say that every single day, and then I start thinking about who I'm grateful for, and then I look back in my mind about what took place yesterday on Facebook, who my guest host was, who's coming on the next day, and I already have a list of several people, and then it goes like, wow, but I have to add these people. And it's like, oh my, I have so many people that I'm grateful for every day, and it grows. Now it doesn't mean that your life is going to be all a bunch of bed of roses. But what it will do, what practicing gratitude will do, it'll sharpen the edges. It'll make the stones that hit you a little smoother, a little softer, and you'll be able to respond in a much better way. So I highly recommend that everybody does that. And there's so many people now, since I've been doing this, that I noticed that have been doing it for years and years, way more than I have. So it's so cool to step into the whole thing of gratitude, and it's free, it's cheap, doesn't cost anything. And it's just a, like you said, it's a spiritual practice. It really is, Jay, man. Thanks for bringing that whole subject up this morning. I really appreciate. Yeah. I'm grateful for you.
Well, I personally, I think you're a gratitude junkie and you need a 12-step, but that we'll talk about that later. So you got to commit to the process, and you have to start, and then just write it down. Because there's something magical. Dr. Doug talks about this too. If you ever heard of Dr. Doug Firebaugh, he talks a lot about what he writes everything down. And when you write it down, it comes to life. There's something magical that happens when you utilize the power of writing. You become the creator, and the power grows exponentially as you do this practice daily. So there is just something about the energy that surrounds the written word of gratitude and love. And then the next thing is allow yourself to feel it, guys. Some days we'll write without feeling a shred of gratitude, but do it anyway. It's okay. Just do it. And when you can, summon up the feeling of gratitude in your heart. Let it percolate through every cell in your body. Just sit there and meditate. Read back over. If you can't get into the mood, read back over previous days' list to remind your heart of its grounded faith in being full of gratefulness days past. Embody it in your own way. Give your higher power praise that you're able to be grateful. There's something to be grateful about, and allow that loving glow of God's approval to soak in every fiber of your being. It's worth it, and it like Bob said, it's just something that I think we all understand what gratitude is. But a list is very powerful. You may want to do this when you first wake up in the morning or late at night before you go to bed, but no matter when, make it an enjoyable part of your day. You may want to have some tea or your blues and put on some uplifting or relaxing music. However you design your time of gratitude, reflection, journaling, make it fun and make it you. There are no rules. And then practice present moment gratitude. This is the beauty of this. As you train your heart and your mind and your soul to go forward with this gratitude list and really to keep it going, you move through your day, pause now and then and be present in the now of gratitude and think of something that's surrounding you that you're grateful for right then and there. And this is really helpful when you're having a bad day or you're feeling blue or depressed, whatever. Make your mind submit to rainbow thinking. And even if it's your next breath, then be grateful for that. And you'll begin to feel the chains of adversity begin to drop off of you. This is where your gratitude journal is handy. Go back, like I said, and read. And the same power that was with you when you were praising in that gratitude will come back to you and lift you beyond your present circumstances. So moving through your day with awareness and rainbow thinking in this way will mean that when you do sit down to write your gratitude list, these things will come to mind and you'll have plenty to write. And then finally, allow the power of attraction to come to you as you share your gratitude with others, like on social media. Much like Bob Miller, you can enjoy the fruits of sharing this powerful truth with others. It's going to attract folks to you because there's so much crud out there and there's so much garbage out there that when people's hearts are drawn to this. So sharing will keep others going. And that sense of obligation to help others will give you a push you need to write your list on those days when it just seems too hard or you don't want to deal with it. And as others join the gratitude or rainbow thinking practice, reading what other people write will help you, assess your own gratitude a lot easier. And it's fun to watch your gratitude influence, if you will, grow longer and larger. I know Bob gets a tremendous amount of joy from that, and that keeps him going. And you'll see your progress in the lives of others. And there's nothing more rewarding, guys, than turning a frown upside down. So when we first, when you first begin to see the results, sometimes we might take a break for gratitude for a while. It comes on us, and then we get lazy because things are kind of cool. So you quickly see the magnetic and magical energy surrounding you start to lag when you do that. It kind of loses some of its oomph. So drag yourself back into practice again, as if by magic, it will come back, and that momentum will go. Hey, Bob, I got a great question. Maybe some people I might have asked this before, but have you ever wanted to quit the gratitude thing? Did it ever just think, not today?
No, actually, no. That's why it's so important. I think practice is so important to have. That's why I call it practice gratitude success, because it's like if you want to get good at playing a piano or anything, you have to do it. It's a practice, it's a discipline. You have to do it every single day. So I just made up my mind, just like Len Mooney does his videos every single morning. He does Coffee with Len. It's not a thing. Well, I don't think I'm going to do it today. No, it's something you have to. It's like, do you ever think of a day where you're not going to brush your teeth? Say, well, no. I really don't think I'm not going to brush my teeth this morning. I think, I just don't really feel like why even walk into the bathroom and getting that toothbrush and putting that organic toothpaste on my teeth. I don't feel like doing it today, because you just don't. I'm not going to go to the bathroom today.
Yeah, no kidding.
It becomes you. It's like having faith in God. I mean, there's times where it's like, well, maybe you feel that God has abandoned you or whatever, but it doesn't last for more than a couple of seconds. It's that knowing, like the love of God. Just the cool thing about God is it's a knowing. It's a knowing that no matter what happens, you are protected. It's always there. God is always there. Now, yeah, there's times where, you might feel as though when you're disconnected, you might feel that. But the same thing with gratitude, you might feel it, but there's never a day that I'm not going to practice it, ever.
Yeah, and I love that, Bob. We got a big echo.
I'll mute mine after when you start talking. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good now. Sometimes we just mute it and it'll go away. But I love what you just said. You have to allow yourself to be human. This has to be something that's comfortable. So, if you miss an odd day here or there, whatever, just jump back in. It's kind of like working out. People can really get themselves messed in their head. They start working out and then they miss a week and then they just don't go back because you browbeat yourself. That's totally the wrong attitude, as we all know. So just get back in there. You're free to play catch up, write a few days in one, or let a few days go by and start back where you left off. Just be aware of that little voice that says you missed a day, you failed. You failed miserably at being grateful. Just ignore that, get back on the horse and keep riding. And get those rainbow blessings back in your life. And finally, I said finally before, but this is the real finally. This isn't just Bob or me or somebody, just saying this. This is actually rooted in the Word of God. In Philippians 4:8, it reads, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is fair, whatever is pure, whatever is acceptable, whatever is commendable, and if there's anything of excellence, and if there's anything praiseworthy, keep thinking about these things." Kind of sounds like gratitude, doesn't it? So, hey, listen, for everybody, I just wish you, if you go ahead and do this, you're going to love it. And I just thank Bob for making this an awesome a thing that we can watch the power of, watch it grow, and he's motivating others to do the same. So it's pretty cool, and that's what I had to talk about, Bob. So see you later.
I appreciate that. One cool thing you said, J-Man, was to look back. Yeah, maybe you can mute yours for a second. I hear the echo. Yeah, to look back on your past day. Like here's yesterday's right over here. So I write stuff down, and there's some other days I don't feel like writing a lot. but I have a lot of, so I just look back at the previous days, and then what happens then is that reminds me of the things, not just not the people so much, because every day I'm grateful for some people, but I also write down the things like the image of what of who I am becoming, the image that I'm creating. And it's so important, because when you take this step, then you start finding other people who are doing wonderful things. People like Doug Fireball that you introduced me to. You know, I listen to him every single morning. Now I don't think there's a day that I have missed that as either. You know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning here for me, so it's really pretty simple for me to get there. But it's, you know, when you surround yourself with people like Doug Fireball, and like he comes on like right after this show as well, and you always post his the Millionaire Roadshow, you post that on my Facebook wall, and then you're just being bombarded by this magnificence all the time, people who are success minded. And when you surround yourself with people who are like that, you know, you mentioned earlier, saying there's so much crap out there. I don't even see the crap. I don't even hear the crap. I've kind of isolated myself. I've insulated myself from it. Now I know it's out there, but I choose not to put my focus on there. I choose, because there's a lot that I want, that I am intending, that I am doing, and I am going. I'm climbing up the mountain. I'm going up there now, and I'm going to go with whoever wants to go with me. Now it's funny, Jamie, and I want to share something. Yesterday, I shared a video that it just popped up somewhere on a news feed. It was about gratitude with Abraham Hicks. And so it was like a 6-minute video. So I posted it and I listened to it. And she was talking about a lot of people are not in a place to express, to be grateful. And she said, it's okay. It's okay for people. Maybe they need to spend time being angry or whatever. I mean, I couldn't, she said, but that's okay. Don't worry. You really can't worry about that. You got to run into people who aren't ready for gratitude. They're, for whatever, I can't imagine that not happening, but there are people who just, they want to stay where they are. They want to stay angry or whatever, and maybe they'll come up, but you can't worry about that. You can't save all the people. So Jesus said, it says, you know, the poor will always be among us. There's people who are going to choose to stay in a place. So you have to stay in your place, and then you will attract those people to you who are ready to hear that message.
Wow. Love it. Hey, I want to do one thing real quick, Bob, and then because I think everybody will like this. Plus, you know, you do the replays and whatnot. Listen, you guys, I know that you absolutely adore Bob as much as we do, and what he does and what he puts out every single day, and the people that join him, you know, every week. You know, we do appreciate you, Bob. And guys, listen, you can, you know, everybody talks about monetization, right? What you do, how do you monetize something? And I think the beautiful thing about our community is that we monetize by doing something good for people. It's what we help them change. A lot of us that are here, and I want to talk to you about these. And Bob, you can talk about it too. These are earth greens. That's what half of what Bob has there. And guys, I lost over 50 pounds with this stuff. You know, and what it does, just real quick, is it is a 100% certified, organic, ionically charged, vegan, alkaline, raw, whole food, non-pasteurized, non-GMO, pure superfood nutrition. It increases alkalinity, which disease can't live in an alkalized environment. It gives you energy. It helps your immunity system. It increases your metabolism. It does promote weight loss. It improves digestion. It improves elimination. Ask Chris Schaus if you don't believe me. It improves cleansing. It improves cholesterol. It improves blood sugar. It contains vitamin, minerals, amino acids, plant enzymes, chlorophyll, electrolytes, iron, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and antioxidants. And all it is pure food and nothing else. And so if you want to, if Bob, you know, if you're watching this deal and he's changing your life, you want to help yourself and you want to help Bob, will get yourself some of these greens, and you will think, how did I ever live without this stuff? Isn't it the truth, Bobby?
It really is. And you know, it's funny because I kind of ran out of them the other day. I was down my last one, and I was nursing it. And my roommate, she didn't know that she thought I could just go and buy some. So she took like the last bit and like threw it into a bit of smoothie, and they go, oh. So I went a few days without it, and it was like I could feel the difference. I could totally, without having it, it's like, oh my gosh. And so it's I swear to God, this stuff is probably the best stuff I've ever had in my life. And so are the Reds. I mix them both together. I put them together, and it's like that's one of those things. I'm not going to go a day without it. It's like gratitude or brushing the teeth. I'm going to do it every day.
Oh man, I mean, you notice it, and real quick, you know, some of you probably have already heard this testimony, but you know, Christy went up there right before her birthday, our anniversary, and she went up and visited her family in Denver and spent the night there. And one of the little kids, they didn't really know it, but he wasn't feeling good, so he was right in the throes of a flu virus, and now we know because they all have the flu up north. So Christy came home, and she's just like, you know, I've got something, stay clear. The next day she was complaining of aches and pains. Her head hurt, her sinuses hurt. She said, my bones in my face are hurting. And we both started the greens. Every time she had a symptom or didn't feel good, she would hit one. She was mega dosing it, which you can do with this stuff. It's just food. And within 24 hours, she was 90% feeling better. In 48 hours, you could never tell she was sick. And everybody up north was sick as dogs, and they still are. They still haven't recovered from it. So the power of superfood nutrition, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's as amazing as gratitude, I think.
It's pretty cool. About a week and a half ago, I felt, you don't get that feeling when you know a cold is imminent. You get it's coming. Everybody around you, and it's coming, and you have it. It's just not full blown yet, but it's there. It's right on the cusp. And I felt that coming. It was about a week and a half ago, and I just like doing a lot more of the greens and reds. And I swear to God, it went away. I made the cold back off. And that doesn't usually happen. Usually when it's there, it comes.
Yeah, I did. That was the next day after she got home. I felt it, Bob, and I've been around long enough to know when that feeling comes. It's like this was a raging bull, and that was it. It went away. And the thing that's different about this is also patented technology because it's ionically charged, and what that means is these little bits. They're magnetic. Your body is attracted to them. If I don't know if you can see this, but see how it's
small
sticking? It is so small. See how it's just sticking to the deal? Well, that's how it sticks to your cells, and it doesn't overload your liver and all your digestive system because it's so powdered. It's so small and ionically charged that it just attaches itself. Your body can use it instantly. It's so cool. It's awesome. But anyways, enough about that. It's hard to stop.
Each scoop has 5.5 pounds of how is it? What is it? Compounded?
5.5 equivalent. And just to give you an idea of the scoop size, how tiny, about 50 cents a serving. Here's a pin.
It's tiny. Right?
Very, very tiny. It's not one of those big old scoops like you get in protein powders and stuff. But anyways, so that's a kind of cool thing.
And I want to add that most of the people that are in the chat now, when replay comes out, you won't be able to see them. But I know Chris Shells, Christy, they're involved in it. I would recommend going to Larry Ryan, Terry Miller, Len Mooney, yourself, anybody that has that. I would recommend going there, because if you go to Len Mooney, or if you go to like Larry Ryan or Terry Miller, it's just as good as coming to me or Jackson, because they're working with me. So it doesn't really matter. I don't care. Just get from those guys. Get it from them. It's
just get some, because it'll help the cause, and it help you a lot. Well, Bob, we're right at the top of the hour, brother.
And I'm gonna open, if you want to leave, you can leave, but I'm gonna keep this running. So I'm gonna leave.
Why are you gonna push me out?
I'm gonna go to a random page for Vincent Cole's book, The Next Step in Evolution. I'm gonna open up and I'm gonna read just a little bit, just to see if it's gonna have a meaning to anybody here. So I'm gonna open up the page 85, and it says, True assistance can come to you in many ways. If you are sincere, the help you need will come to you, but not always in the way that you expect. There are many servants who walk the earth in secret. They do not work for worldly recognition. Their only reward is to the will of the universal wisdom. When they come upon a true seeker, they offer an encouraging word, a helping hand, and admonishment if needed, and then they are gone. They do what they can to help you find the kingdom within. Now that was powerful. That's what he said. He said, he knows some people pick up the book, they'll just open up to a random paragraph, and it has a lot of meaning to it. And that had a lot of meaning right there. I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you, Vincent. He's going to be back on here on the 26th of this month here. So that's really cool. Well, Jackson, before you go, tell us just a little bit about tonight, about your Friday Night Live show tonight.
That tonight?
No, that's gonna be Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Fridays. Oh wait, this is Friday.
That's right.
Yeah, tonight. Listen, whether you are an experienced marketer, Friday Night Live. If anybody doesn't, Friday Night Live is a show where we get together live every Friday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a lot of fun. Many times we'll have some of the biggest leaders in the space come on and share their tips and tricks with us, which we've got a pretty good lineup coming up. People are really busy at the beginning of the year. But tonight, what we're going to be doing is, as I said, whether you've been marketing for a long time, you're an absolute pro. Sometimes it's good to go back to the basics because we forget them, and it's important. So tonight, FNL is back to the basics. It's a Friday Night Live boot camp, and we're going to go over some of the things that can help us get unstuck by going back to the basis. And some of this stuff, guys, I've paid good money in training to have someone tell me to go clean my car, no joke, and my desk. But really what they were trying to do is focus on organization. And so we're going to go over some stuff. So it'll be a time to have some fun, take some notes, and maybe get yourself back on track, or if or on track at the beginning. If you're just a beginner, it's going to be a good time, and should propel your business forward.
Awesomeness. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that. I don't miss a Friday Night Live. It's a great show.
Me neither.
I just want to say Monday. Now Monday, I have a guest that most of you people probably don't know who it is. It's a lady named Erin Matlock. I've known her through the whole stroke support community, and even though she didn't have a stroke, she did have a brain injury at one point, and so she's really big in that space. But she's fresh off giving a TED talk over in England. She's up there pretty high up as the speaking realm and things like that. But it's going to be an amazing show. So make sure you come in on Monday, and make sure tonight you go to Friday Night Live. Just look for Jackson Kelly. Go on my Facebook wall. Go and just type in Friday Night Live and get that registration link for at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight. So Jackson, thank you so much. It's been thank you so much for coming here today, and we'll see you later.
Bob, thank you. I love Practice Gratitude Success, brother, and I love everybody here. Thanks for having me, man. We'll see you guys tonight. Hope you can be there.
We'll see you tonight.
Take care, everybody. God bless you.
Bye for now.